And welcome to yet another episode of Crown and Comments with your host and resident Goldwing guru, the one, the only, Cruiseman. Brought to you by Cruiseman's Garage Honda Goldwing Maintenance Videos.
Thank you, Don, for that great introduction, and welcome back to the August edition of Crown and Comments. I'm Cruiseman, and just to give you a little bit of background on our show here, once every month I try to get together with everybody and go over some of your YouTube comments, emails, questions you might have, and then I try to respond to them. And we have got a lot of stuff to talk about this month. This is primarily, just so if you don't know, this is primarily a motorcycle-oriented channel. I ride a Honda Goldwing, a 2026 Honda Goldwing, which I got from Southern Honda Power Sports in East Ridge, Tennessee. I always like to give a little shout out to those guys. And I have been riding motorcycles my second go around for 21 years. Okay, I think I started back up in 2005. If you're into motorcycles and you don't mind hearing me ramble for a little while, you're in the right place. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to tell you about something I've been waiting on for over a year. It's finally done. I have my new front tooth in. Now, actually got two. I got a new veneer on one tooth and a new implant with a crown on the other tooth. So as you can see, I am now fully toothed, and I hopefully won't be talking with a lisp anymore. This just happened yesterday. I just got this put in yesterday. And it's been over a year. It took a long time for this implant to take hold, to work. Hopefully that chapter of my life is over. A lot of drama. It was a pain for me making videos because every time I made a video, I had to remember to put in that little plastic retainer that had a fake tooth in the front just so it didn't look, like I was, I'm not going to say anything insulting. I was going to say something about the Ozarks, but I won't. Anyway, basically, I had to wear this fake tooth thing, and every time I made a video. Otherwise, I had a really bad lisp, and even with the appliance or the thing in my mouth, it caused all kinds of issues. So now, if I want to go out in the garage, shoot a video real quick, I don't have to think about it. It's still taking some getting used to because I've been doing this for a year. I'm in the habit of thinking, oh, I need to put that thing in. Oh, wait, no, I don't. I have a tooth now. Okay, other news. I am testing out the Insta360 Luna. This is a new camera I recently purchased. It's over here. It's now my B camera. I'm testing it. I sold my Ace Pro 2 and to one of you guys, and great camera. Loved the Ace Pro 2. I used to use it as my B camera, but now I've got this Luna Ultra. It's going to serve me a little better on the cruise report side of things. When we go on a cruise, I can do a little bit better filming with it than I could with the Ace Pro 2. So we're testing that out. Quick update on our group cruise. I've been filling you in on this. Group cruise coming up January 30th. 2027. Now, this is not a motorcycle cruise. This is a cruise on a cruise ship. The brand new Norwegian Luna, the newest ship in the Norwegian fleet, one of the newest ships on the sea. And we are going to have an incredible time. I think there's already maybe 30, 32, 33 people signed up. It's not going to be a huge crowd. We were able to block some rooms on the ship, and those sold out pretty quick. Now, if you're still interested in getting on the group cruise, there may still be some staterooms left. So I encourage you to check out the website, cruisemansgarage.com/group cruise, all lowercase, and check with Where's Walter Travel. They're the ones actually handling all the bookings, and they can answer, Walter or whoever answers can answer all the questions about that group cruise. And even if you don't get a cabin that we blocked as part of our group, you can still be part of our group. You'll have access to all of our events and whatever we're planning to do on board. We're in the process of planning quite a few things, so it's going to be a ton of fun. Hopefully you're going to get to see me go on the what do they call that thing, the water coaster? I can't remember the name of it, but it's this thing that shoots you up into like a water slide, and then you come down, and anyway, should be a lot of fun. We'll have a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff to do on this ship. Tons of activities. We're going to be 7-night Caribbean. I think you can still put up a deposit, and it's still refundable up through like October the 3rd or 4th or something like that. So check with Where's Walter Travel. I highly recommend you do it now, though, because the ship's going to be full. It's selling out. If it isn't already sold out, it will be sold out pretty rapidly. Okay, and I want to thank all of our sponsors of that group cruise. Of course, Southern Honda Power Sports, I mentioned earlier, is where I got my 2026 Goldwing. They're the largest Honda Goldwing dealership in the country. Massive dealership, great deals. A lot of people fly into East Ridge, Tennessee, buy their Honda Goldwing, and then they'll ride it back home. And if you check with Southern Honda, they have all kinds of things. We'll pick you up at the airport, help you do all the paperwork, get you on the road, get you going. And there's some incredible motorcycle riding within just an hour of their dealership. Some of the best riding in the country. So check them out. Also, Bullet Brake is one of our sponsors. You guys know Mark at Bullet Brake. Pathfinder LED is also one of our sponsors. And then last but not least, my Honda Goldwing maintenance video series is also helping to sponsor this group cruise. So thank you to all the sponsors. Now, what do you think of this new Therapy T-shirt? Okay, this just hit today. I just got it in, and it's now available on my merchandise site. It's going to sell out pretty quick. So if you have, make sure you get over there and order one of these. I think they're going to be very popular. Now, they come in 4 different varieties. They come in the tour model. I also have a bagger model, same shirt, just a bagger on, and it's on the front and the back. I have it with white ink or a pale yellow, and you can pick which color combination you want. But there's also a few colors of fabric. I think there's a black, a gray, a navy, a brown, so you get to pick that as well. Check it out at my merchandise website. I'll put all these links in the description of the video, and I'll have a special link right to the Therapy T-shirts. I'll remind you once again, I talked about this last month, but I'm going to remind you that Vimeo on Demand is going away. I think in September, that's it. So if you have subscribed or if you purchased my maintenance videos through Vimeo on Demand, VOD, you need to move over to my new platform. And send me an email at info@cruisemansgarage.com. I'll make sure you get all the information. Depending on when you purchase those videos, it could be free. If not, it's only maybe $25 or $30 to move up to this new platform, which is a much better platform, much easier to use. You can search very easily. I can help you if you can't get logged in. I can help you. I couldn't do that before. So make sure if you haven't done so already. A lot of you already responded to my last crowning comments, and you did ask to be upgraded. Keep your eyes open for that. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. I don't usually make a big deal out of subscribers, but I think I need to start doing that again. But if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Just hit that little button down at the bottom. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Now, when we come back right after this little ad break, I'm going to tell you about something else that I've been waiting 14 years on. That's coming up right after this. Hey, you know what I forgot? I forgot my glass of Crown. I'll go get that too right after this. Okay, now it's officially Crown and Comments. And the reason I thought of it, I completely forgot. I think I was so distracted by trying to get this new camera set up as the B camera, I completely forgot to get my glass of Crown Royal. That's why we call this show Crown and Comments, because this is my favorite adult beverage, and I invite you to get your favorite beverage, whatever it is. Could be water, could be tea, could be Coke, could be Crown Royal, could be whatever. Doesn't matter. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Okay, I usually do that right up front in the introduction, but since I'm brain dead and forgot, had to do it now. Okay. This is the official unboxing. Some of you know the plight that I've been on for 14 years. I've been announcing it for the last few years that one of my long-term goals for this YouTube channel was to get to 100,000 subscribers. And many of you know last month that happened. And I've been waiting for my silver play button to arrive. And it finally did. And it's in this box, and we're going to open it together, and we're going to take a look and see what's in the YouTube silver play button. This is what they send out. It's like a little plaque, and they send it out to any creator that has 100,000 or more subscribers. Now, the next level, I'll not live long enough probably to reach the next level, which is 1 million subscribers. Then they recognize you with a little crystal plaque, play button, or whatever. But by God, I got the 100,000. Now, one thing I do kind of have in the back of my mind as a secondary goal has nothing to do with you guys or this channel. Well, I guess it could have something to do with you, because you could theoretically subscribe to my other channel and help out. I'd like to get to 100,000 on Cruise Report. So I think I'm at maybe close to 30,000 right now. At one point, I was up to 50,000 and I got demonetized, and it dropped way down to like 10,000. Now I've worked my way back up to about 30,000 on that channel. And I think it'd be kind of cool to say you've hit 100,000 on 2 different channels, but that's a completely different channel for people who enjoy cruise travel, and we review cruise ships and that sort of thing. So if you're interested in cruising, I wouldn't ask you to just subscribe for the sake of subscribing. But if you're interested in subscribing, go over to the cruise channel, Cruise Report, and I'll put a link in the description of the video. I'd appreciate it. Never hurts. Okay? Now, let's open this up, see what's inside. Okay, there's a little card here that says, "Congratulations on your subscriber milestone. We're honored to take part in recognizing your achievement and want your experience to be exceptional. This award was inspected and packaged with great care by Rick." Well, thank you, Rick. There's a nice little piece of foam rubber on here. And then there's a letter right here. And this letter says, "Do you remember your first subscriber, your 100th, or your 1,000th? Chances are you do. And we know that you'll definitely remember your 100,000th subscriber." Honestly, I don't even know who my 100,000th subscriber was. Probably some guy that name I can't pronounce. "Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe you showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came to your channel, your audience stayed and their numbers increased because of you and the community you've built. We're proud to honor your impressive milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers with the Silver Creator Award. Congratulations. We know that you have many more stories to share with your community, and we know your fans can't wait for you to amaze them with even more of your commitment and creativity." This is what you call creativity. "So keep creating, keep building. We can't wait to see what you'll do next. And we're here to support you along the way. And who knows, when you do reach your 1,000,000th subscriber," I guess they've got more confidence than I do, "we may just write to you and ask, do you remember your 100,000th subscriber? Yours sincerely, Neil Mohan, the YouTube CEO." And that's the very nice letter on kind of a heavy linen stock. I think I might frame that. It's pretty nice letter. And there it is, guys. There is the silver plaque. And I'm going to see if I can't take it out of this plastic here and let you get a little bit better look at it. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I thought it'd be bigger than this actually. But it basically just says presented to Cruiseman's Garage for passing 100,000 subscribers. So there it is. See if you can read that. I know there's a little reflection there. It's kind of hard to read. But that's it. And it does not have like a stand where you can set it up on a table, but it does have a place on the back where you can hang it. So it will probably end up back here somewhere. I'm not sure where. You guys can maybe offer some suggestions. Do you think it should go maybe right here? Something like that. It needs to be somewhere where you can see it. I can rig up a way to set it on the table if I need to. I'm concerned about the reflection from the light, so I'll probably have to tilt it back a little. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to set it right there for right now. Just lean it up against my light. How's that? So anyway, thank you guys for subscribing and for supporting the channel all these years, months, and it's much appreciated. Thank you to all my YouTube creators out there who also pitched in and helped promote the channel, like Mac at Gold Rider 1, Robert White Moto, Don Smith, Tom's Goldwing Adventures, Mark's Garage, Slappy Adventures. The list, goes on. I know I'm going to forget somebody. So that's why I usually don't go through a list of other YouTube creators, because I know I'm going to leave somebody out, and then I'm going to feel bad because I left somebody out. And that doesn't mean they're not important. So anyway, thanks guys for all the support. When we come back, your comments, my reactions, and that'll be coming up right after this. Hey everybody, welcome back to Cruiseman's Garage Crown and Comments for August 2026. I believe this is our 59th episode. Can you believe that? Now I'm going to read some of your comments here that have been posted to my YouTube channel, and then I'll try to answer them or react to them. This is from Khaled. He says, this was on my trailer tips video that I did a few years ago where I talked about my Bushtec trailer. And he says, hello, I have a Can-Am Spyder and I'd like to buy a trailer like this. Can you help me? Well, Khaled, I'll tell you, Bushtec, to my knowledge, is out of business. They're no longer around. They're no longer building trailers. I love my Bushtec. I still have it. I love it. I have a local couple here that have kind of told me they're interested in buying it. So otherwise, I would offer you mine. I would check eBay to see if you can find them, and they're good trailers if they've been kept indoors, like in a garage. So I would recommend you check with eBay. You might try Craigslist, but it's unlikely that you're going to find one locally, depending on where you live. This is from Road Glide 1142, not Gary, the Road Glide that you probably know from my channel, and he comments on a lot of people's videos. And this is on my 2025 Goldwing review. Gary said, I just bought one, the same eternal gold color. I absolutely love it and got $6,200 off the MSRP. The dealer had to mark it down because it wasn't moving. I stole this thing. Wow, you got a great deal. Essentially the exact same motorcycle as the 2026. The only difference is the color. And I personally believe those of you that passed up on that two-tone gold, you may live to regret it, because I think that color palette is going to be worth more in the future, because it's going to be a one-off. It's going to be a one-time thing. They're only going to do that for 2025 for the anniversary edition, and I think it's going to end up being worth money. And I'll tell you something. It's a color that grows on you. The more you see it, the more you, especially out in the sunlight, the better it looks. It really is a nice looking bike. So Road Glide, you got a smoking deal on that 2025 Goldwing. Okay, this is from Meetup, I guess. This is on the review I did of the BugSlide product that you use on your windshield or other parts of the bike to keep bugs from sticking to it. And he says, code please. I'm assuming he's asking for the discount code because you can save 10% on certain BugSlide products if you use code Cruiseman. You just go to bugslide.com. When you go to checkout, there's a place to put in a promo code or a coupon code, not sure what they call it, but it's Cruiseman, all uppercase, and they'll take 10% off. That's the code, Cruiseman. Next comment is from I'm a Machine, and this is on our last Bikes and Breakfast, the video I did of that. He said, hey sir, would you mind letting us know again when y'all normally meet? I might be wrong, but isn't it the first Saturday of every month? Great turnout y'all had. Yes, Mr. Machine, it is on the first Saturday of every month. Last year and previous years, it was on the first Sunday of every month, but we switched it to Saturday because several of the local riders had church on Sunday and they couldn't make it, so we moved it to Saturday. It's turned out very good because we're getting better turnout now. So the next one I think is, what is it, August the 4th? Let me look at my calendar here. No, wait a minute. I'm in the wrong month. September. We've already done August. It will be September the 5th will be the next Bikes and Breakfast here in Carrollton, Texas at Awake, 7 a.m. Details in the comments down below. You can also go to cruisemansgarage.com/bikesandbreakfast and all the information is there. Okay, this is from Jeffrey Cash up in Tulsa. And this is on the Bikes and Breakfast. He said, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'm showing up sometime soon. Well, Jeff, we've heard that from you before. So anytime you're not there, we talk about you behind your back. I hope you know that. So you better maybe just come on down in September, defend yourself. Now, Jeff is the gentleman that won the drawing at DFW Honda a year or so ago for that 2025 anniversary edition Honda Goldwing. He was the winner. Got a brand new 2025 Honda Goldwing. I think he already had a 2018 or 2019, but now he's got a 2025 to go with it. So you got to ride down. We had beautiful weather this last week. You should have come down this last Saturday because it was really nice. This next one, thank you, Jeffrey. We hope to see you next month. This next one is from John Adams. I don't think this is the President John Adams, but could be. This is on the review I did of the Fanttik X10 Pro air inflator, tire inflator, and the X10 Pro Max. The X10 Pro is what I actually keep on my 2026 Goldwing now. I swapped out the old Apex and I'm now using it because it's a little bit smaller footprint, a little lighter, a little easier to carry. The X10 Pro Max, great product, but it's a little too big and heavy to carry on a motorcycle. I think it's overkill. Keep that one in our car. So he said this is an awesome, or was an awesome review. Thank you, John Adams. I appreciate that. It's a great product. I love Fanttik products. I've got several of them and I use all of them. And this one is from Lee Arnold. He said, do you always whistle when you speak? Not anymore. Not anymore, Lee. That's why I was whistling when I spoke, because I either had my fake tooth in, which caused me to lisp, or in your case, what you say is swistle. But maybe I do whistle. Maybe I still do it. Okay. Jerry Wald said, do they have, this is on my review of the 2026 Honda Goldwing. Do they have a governor on them to limit the top end speed? Yes, they do. The ECU has a limiter on it. I think it's 112 miles per hour, but don't quote me on that. I'm not. If some of you know the actual number, I didn't look it up, but if some of you know, put it in the comments down below. You can get around that top end limiter if you reflash your ECU using BT Moto. So you might look into that if that's a big deal to you. I have no interest in going more than 112 miles an hour, but some of you guys like Robert White, you know, you're insane when it comes to speed. So anyway, let's go on to 4940. This is on the engine and saddlebag guards. This is an interesting, I saw this. I dropped my DCT Tour backing out of my driveway, and it did a full rollover in the street because I went down a curb. There are deep scratches on my side case at the ridge right where the traction guard would have been if it had been installed. The T-Rex would not have prevented the damage. I bought the Traxxion kit and it's on its way. Let me tell you something. I know a lot of riders, a lot of Goldwing owners that swear by that Traxxion saddlebag guard and rear view mirror guard. It can really save you a lot of money and a lot of heartache because some of these saddlebags can't be repaired. I mean, they can be replaced, but like on my 2026, it's got a big decal that's clear coated on. You'd never be able to, it'd cost more to fix it than it would to replace it. I don't even know if you can buy the decals or the stickers from Honda. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Thank you for that. I'm sorry that you dropped your bike, but thank you for the email and letting everybody know that Traxxion tip over prevented kit doesn't prevent a tip over, but it will protect your saddlebag and your mirrors. Okay, this is from Todd. And he said, would love if bike manufacturers would bring some color back more than black and gray. He said, I second the skid plate idea, which is the Traxxion engine guard. I went to our local Cycle Gear and bottomed out going into the parking lot due to the curb. Saved an expensive repair. Yes. I tell everybody, you buy a brand new Goldwing, there's 2 or 3 things you have to buy right off the bat. Number 1, Traxxion engine guard. Number 2, my Honda Goldwing maintenance videos. Okay, had to do it. Had to be done. Okay, David, thank you, by the way, for that comment. You're right, that Traxxion engine guard can really save your engine. Saves potentially $10,000 or more worth of repairs. So you definitely want that. David said, this is on my review of the NT1100. He said, I got a 2025 as soon as they were available. I added a Russell Daylong seat and a power bronze windshield. For summer riding, I put the OEM windshield back on and removed the foot wind deflectors. I've made a couple of multi-thousand-mile trips on it, and he loves it. NT1100 is a super motorcycle. I loved reviewing it. I think it's a great bike. If I wasn't riding a Goldwing, that's probably the bike I would have in my garage. I didn't know Russell Daylong made a seat for it. That's interesting information. So thank you, David. So this next comment is from the Woodward Fam channel. This is an old video I did on how to disable the TPMS light on the dash of a previous generation Honda Goldwing. Because if your TPMS sensors went out, basically the light just stayed on all the time. There was no way to turn off the light. You had to replace your TPMS sensors, and they're very expensive to replace if you've never had to do that. Anyway, he says, worked like a charm. My video that tells how to do it. That saved me about $1,000 in TPMS sensors. Well, Woodward, I'm glad glad I was able to save you some money. I did the same thing. So, great little hack. You can't do that on the new ones, but you could on the previous generation. Or if there's a way to do it on the new one, I don't know how to do it on the new Goldwing. Okay, this is from Shim44. He said, where do you dispose of used engine oil? I don't mind changing my own oil and filter, but I do not know where to dispose other than my local motor workshops. However, as I'm not their customer, I'm not sure if they even allow me to dump there. or them. Well, in Texas, you can go to almost any auto parts store like O'Reilly or AutoZone. And I think O'Reilly and AutoZone look at it like it's just a way to get customers to come in the store because you might buy something while you're there. But that's where I take all my old oil and filters, is to, I go to O'Reilly, but I know they do it at AutoZone here as well. Let me know in the comments down below if you live somewhere where they don't allow you to do that, or do you just take it to an auto parts store? That's what I do. Okay, this is from Life Environments. Late to the game, but two extra center stand springs and about 10 nickels. I've had 2 center stand springs break while riding. A hell of a scary racket. I use a vice grip or other wrench to bend the spring, insert the nickels between the coils. I've seen that done before. I think Robert White did that. To extend the spring so you can attach it. If you forget this step, always have zip ties to hold your center stand up while riding. Well, I never ride without zip tie. I carry cable ties with me all the time. It's one of the things I always have. I have never had a center stand spring break. Have you guys ever had that happen to you? If you have, please put it in the comments. I'd like to know. I didn't know that was that. He's had it happen twice. He must ride in a very salt-rich environment where maybe the spring rusts or something. I don't know. I've never had that be an issue. Mr. Gus said, I know this video is a year old, but I wanted to ask, how does the Goldwing do on an unpaved road? I know it's not an adventure bike, but I've traveled out west enough that the pavement is removed for road construction sometimes. My Harley Road King can handle that along with gravel roads to get to campgrounds. I think it's just going to depend on your skill as a rider. I know guys have ridden their Honda Goldwing to Alaska, and there's a lot of unpaved roads on the way up to Alaska. There's also, I've ridden on a lot of dirt roads, some gravel. Yeah, I think you'd be okay if you're used to riding a Road King on. I think it'll go anywhere a Road King will go. Road King's a heavy bike. Okay, Jim Hammer said, good. I was waiting for this video. I have a 2021 with the same black metallic paint. Had concerns about ceramic coating it, and if not that, what would you end up doing with yours? Well, I am going to put a ceramic coat on my bike, but I'm waiting because I may be doing some kind of extreme paint correction. I'm still doing some research on it. And I want to wait till I get the paint corrected to do it. But yeah, you shouldn't have any concerns. On black though, you're going to have to really make sure you prepare the surface and make sure you get all those little fine scratches out. Good polishing procedures. I have a whole series of videos on how to do that. And there's a lot of good stuff on Pan the Organizer and other channels that talk about this sort of thing. Because once you put that ceramic coat on, any little fine hairline scratches or anything like that, it's going to show. You're sealing it in, basically. So you want to make sure you've got a good surface to start out with before you do a ceramic coat. Now, also, I would recommend you watch Sarah Intuned channel. She's just repainted a Honda car, and she's getting ready to do all kinds of paint, ceramic coat, and cut and buff, and the whole thing. So she also is very good information on her channel about that sort of thing. Okay, this is on my video I did recently where I installed the bottom lights on the bottom of the saddlebags on my 2026 Goldwing. And this is from Paul Morrison. He says, hi, that was great instructions to the install, made a fantastic difference. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. This is said, does the LED spoiler fit the bagger model of the 2021 Goldwing? I'm looking at replacing my 2014 Valkyrie with a 2021 Goldwing. And it's the only model year with the pearl gray with black and orange color scheme. I don't want the trunk. He's referring to the spoiler that I put on my tour model. No, it does not fit a bagger model. I don't know why nobody makes one, but I have not seen a spoiler. I guess it's because Honda doesn't sell that many baggers compared to tour models. I don't know if the market's big enough for these guys to tool up and make a spoiler for the bagger model. But no, the spoiler on my bike will not fit a bagger. Thank you. That's the last comment. Thank you guys for tuning in this month. I'm very much appreciate it. Once again, I want to thank you guys for helping me get to 100,000 subscribers. And thank you for your support. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. Big announcement coming soon. Make sure you go to my merchandise website. Also, check out those new Therapy shirts. They're very cool. I think they're very cool. Make sure you check out my merchandise site. Check out my maintenance videos if you haven't done so already. Thanks for joining me today. And until my next Crown and Comments, remember what I always say. Ride often, but ride safe.